and welcome back to another episode of the Bliss and Thrive podcast. This is an exciting one for me because it's my first episode here on YouTube. So you can actually head on over to YouTube right now, type in Bliss and Thrive, and you can find me on there. If you're listening to me on the podcast and you fancy seeing what my face looks like, why you'd want to do that, I don't know, but now you can find us on YouTube as well. So today I wanted to make this episode all about morning routines, because when we are starting 2019, we are starting it off to live our best life, you know, hashtag best life, hashtag health and wellness, hashtag personal development, all of that jazz. And you know I'm all over that stuff. But I want to give you the tips and tricks of how you can actually live that for the whole year. So part of that is, I've just drawn pen all over myself, that's a great start. Part of that is developing habits and routines, and this is something I do with myself, with my clients, something I've been working on to develop a way that really works for me, and I want to help you guys develop a way that really works for you as well. So, before I get into that, into the whole morning routine thing, I just wanted to share something else cool with you guys. So I recently put up a post on social media that was about my word of the year. So I wanted to go into this year with like laser focus for my health and fitness and personal development and my business and everything. So I chose a word of the year, and my word of the year is growth. So I want to grow in every aspect this year. I want to grow the amount of people that I reach. I want to grow my business. I want to obviously grow my podcast and my YouTube channel. I want to grow as a person. That goes into more detail, a bit more personal stuff. I want to grow the number of countries I've visited to. I want to grow my strength, and there's so many ways in which I want to grow this year. So my word of the year is growth. And I put it out onto my social media, told everyone what my word of the year was, and asked you guys what your word of the year was. And I have had some fantastic ones. So I'm literally just gonna blast through this list, see if any of these words resonate you, or come up with your own word, and let me know. You can tag me in or DM me on Instagram at Bliss and Thrive, or you can connect with me on Facebook as well, Karis Anderson Jones. Okay, so here are some words that people have said: align, connection, settle, prosperity, continue, discovery, continue, grateful, consistency, joy, self-love, pride, enjoyment, contentment, authenticity, thrive, visibility, consistency, climb, focus, joy, clarity, fearless, magic, and charge. And there was more as well, but I tried to scope around and try and find them all, but I couldn't find them all. But what a list of incredible words that we have there. So that's people's intentions for 2019. So that's a whole list of like super excitement right there. I absolutely love that. So if you haven't already told me yours, have a little think about what you want your word to be and what you want your focus for the year to be. It's a really cool exercise to do, and I think it's fun to share it, and it kind of keeps you on track and a little bit accountable as well. But yeah, okay, so into today's episode. So I wanted to talk about morning routine. As I said in the introduction there, morning routine is something for about over a year now, I've been trying to nail it and get it down. And I finally think I've nailed it. And I've nailed it because I've done what is right for me. And it's not set in stone either. So first of all, why would we bother even doing a morning routine, right? So it's one of those self-development things everyone talks about, like people who are successful wake up and 4 a.m. or blah, blah, blah. So why do we actually do a morning routine? So first of all, starting the day right is invaluable. Waking up, knowing exactly what you do when you wake up. So when that alarm goes off, you know as you step out of bed exactly what you've got to do, because in the morning you're like fuzzy, groggy, like it takes a moment to get your head in place. We want to just have that automatic routine in place so you don't even have to worry about anything, question about what you're doing. You literally just go into autopilot and start to get stuff done straight away. So starting the day right, and starting the day with a sense of accomplishment. So you all know, like, you love a to-do list, that like tick feeling. Starting the day with that sense of accomplishment, even if it's a really small accomplishment, like making your bed, that is so valuable, because you want to continue that feeling and take it with you for the rest of the day. It also sets you up for success. So having that success early on in the day sets you up for success for the rest of the day, especially if you are trying to implement health and fitness into your life, as a lot of people are now in January. After Christmas, we're like, hello, can I have a piece of broccoli, please? So if you start the day in a healthy way, then you are going to continue the healthy practices throughout the day, or you're more likely to continue healthy practices throughout the day, and build on that from there. We all know by the end of the day, our willpower is lacking, we're tired, the biscuits come out, all that stuff happens. But if we start the day off right, at least we're giving ourselves a good start to the day, right? And you're starting like you mean to go on. So that's kind of like why morning routines work. It's also a great time because it's quiet. You might want to just wake up before the kids or before your husband. I wake up before you, Anne, so I get a chance to do this stuff. And if he wakes up early, I'm like, you've walked in on me and my morning routine. I'm all like confused. So just, it's a quiet time of day that you get to yourself before the day starts. So it's a really great time to get in some like self-development practices, or whatever it is that you need to do. So when I was like reading a lot into personal development, obviously starting my journey a couple of years ago, I read a lot about morning routines, and then I bought a whole book, Hal Elrod's it's either Miracle Morning or Morning Miracle. I should probably research that and figure that out. But Hal Elrod anyway, and I was all about this. I was like, okay, this is going to change my life. This is what successful people do. And it basically overwhelmed me, and it was way too much that they were asking you to do. So it was, it's journaling, visualization, affirmation, exercise, I can't remember what they all are now, meditation, reading, like there's a whole bunch of stuff that they're trying to tell you to put into your morning routine. And for me, it was taking like an hour to do everything. And it was just overwhelming. Like, it felt like a chore to do it each morning. So although it was there in my diary, like morning routine, was I actually doing it? Not so much. So even though I wanted to be this like warrior of like health and fitness and, personal development, and I was even like trying to get people on board with me, people who are in my membership site, I was like, right, we're going to do this miracle morning. But none of us could bloody stick to it because it was just too much. And what I'm going to go into in this podcast is like, your morning routine has to fit you. So if that fits you, if doing like a 45-minute morning routine is what fits your lifestyle and what you want to do and gets you towards your goal, then oh my Lord, go and do it. And you are that warrior, because that's fantastic. It needs to fit you and your lifestyle. And I think if you're always striving to do something you've seen on Instagram or read in a book or seen on YouTube or listened to in a podcast, but it doesn't fit you, your life, your goals, your core values, whatever, then you're not going to stick to it. Let's be honest. And like, do we really want to set ourselves up for that type of failure? No, we do not. So then I listened to a podcast from Lewis Howes. So if you haven't listened to him, he's pretty cool. I think he was an American footballer. And I think I might be getting this wrong. Anyway, he was like a sportsman, and now he's like entrepreneur and personal development. He has a good podcast as well. And I say as well, like my podcast is up there with Lewis Howes in my dreams, on my vision board. So he just said some simple stuff like waking up in the morning and making your bed, and then brushing your teeth and drinking a glass of water. And I was like, And I think the making the bed thing, he actually got from a book by a Navy SEAL who obviously picked that up from being in the Navy and continued it when he came off. And it's like a sign of, it's that sign of success and having a success early on in the day, even if it's a small thing like making your bed. And you know that thing of how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you start your day off right by like putting time and effort into making your bed, making it very nice and like meticulous, then you're going to go on throughout your day with a more organized mindset, doing things properly, not half finishing tasks and stuff. So it's that like first sense of achievement and then continuing that same feeling throughout the whole day. So basically I like that idea of a really simple morning routine, and I was still being over ambitious and trying to fit all these things into my morning routine, but I've boiled it down now to what works for me. And I think it's important to boil it down with what works for you. So things you could include in your morning routine are obviously like simple things like making the bed. Do you have like a skincare routine that you like to do? Brush your teeth, obviously. Like I personally like to brush my teeth after breakfast. I just find that, unless I'm fasting, I just find that weird to brush your teeth first thing before your coffee and everything, but whatever. Big glass of water. Like I'd say put that in your morning routine as a non-negotiable. Like you haven't drank water for like 8 hours. Like you need to drink some water now. What else could you, meditation, journaling. You could, if you've got a dream board or something like that, you could spend some time visualizing on your dreams, focusing on your goals. You could go for a walk. You could do a little stretch or a morning yoga. You could go to the gym. Is that part of your morning routine? Even like putting the coffee on, making a smoothie, preparing your packed lunch. All these things go into the morning routine, and it's what suits you and what suits your lifestyle, because everyone's lifestyle is different. But I would say that it's worth waking up early than you do to fit in morning routine tasks, if that's what we want to call them, because the benefit you can have on the rest of your day is well worth getting up half an hour earlier. And I literally feel now, if I snoozed my alarm, or if we've gone to bed late so I've woken up a bit late and I don't get to do all my things on my morning routine, I'm like, oh damn it, I haven't done that today. And even if you do it later on in the day, it's like, it's not as good. So I would have a little brainstorm of different things that you would like to fit into your morning routine and things you do now naturally in your morning routine. So you want to make those really efficient. So you're not really like thinking between things, you're just like doing the things you need to do. Have a brainstorm of all the things that you want to have in there, and then try some things out and see what works for you. But I'd say keep it simple. You can always, once you've got a few things down, you could always add in some more stuff. I think that's probably the best way to do it, rather than being over ambitious. It's the same when we come to our fitness, right? So we want to be doing all these moves in the gym, and it's like, well, you just have to get the basics first. Like, can we engage your glutes? Can we get squat technique before we can do like cleans and snatches and other stuff, deadlifts, whatever. So it's starting off small and adding on as you go, I think, is the key. And so I'll just give you an example of my morning routine to see if this helps you. And this is literally how simple I've got it. So I wake up. I still have not got really very good at not snoozing. I'm a little bit of a snoozer. So I wake up, and if I'm on my own and Johan is not here, then I make the bed. I come into the kitchen, put coffee on. We have like a filter coffee machine, and pour myself a glass of water and drink that water. Come into the living room. I write in my journal. No, that's wrong. I will do something like put the laundry on or something while I'm waiting for the coffee to brew, or do one cleaning task, like maybe I'm wiping down surfaces, or once again, if Johan's not asleep, then I might vacuum or do a cleaning task, because that really helps me, that sets me up for the day. It makes me feel so successful. And I don't know if you follow Mrs. Hinch on Instagram, but you should. I feel like Mrs. Hinch. And then I come into the living room and I will sit with my coffee and I will do my journal and sit and drink my coffee. If I feel like watching a YouTube video at that point, I like to watch something like inspirational or whatever, or maybe read a couple of pages of a book while I have my coffee. And then once I finish my coffee, I then do a 10-minute meditation. I have a couple to choose from. They're YouTube ones. I can link them here, but each to their own with the meditation. It's different people like different styles, and you might have different things you want to focus on. There's good apps as well, like Headspace or Calm. I used to do Calm for meditations, but that's what I do. Then I do my meditation, and then I'm literally done. Then I go start my day. So it's either whatever it is that I'm doing that day. Sometimes I like to literally like get work done straight away, and I might be in my PJs working, or I'll go take my shower and get ready and go out and train clients, or whatever it is I'm doing that day. But that's my morning routine, and I really enjoy it. I love that time in the morning on my own. It's quiet. I feel so like proud of myself when I do it, and I've ticked it off, and it feels so great. And if I can encourage you to do anything in 2019, it's find a good morning routine and stick to it. Like, if you're really searching for health and fitness this year and you really want to knuckle down and make some progress with that, put movement and maybe a mini workout or a stretch or push-ups even into your morning routine. So I also used to do pull-ups and push-ups in a morning routine that I was doing earlier on in the year, which was quite cool. Maybe I'll bring that back in. If you do that every morning, your strength will get insane and your arms will look awesome. So you can put something like that, which is literally going to take you, 3 minutes to do a couple of sets of push-ups or whatever into your morning routine, and you've done that every day for the whole year. Can you imagine what you've accomplished by the end of the year? It's same like reading a couple of pages each morning, then I'm getting through books that I might not get through. Can you imagine what I can learn in a whole year? So for me, that's what I have found works for me. Something else might work for you, but I hope that inspires you to kind of have a think about what your morning routine could be. The other thing I wanted to say was that a good morning routine really starts with a good night's sleep the night before. And I want to do a whole podcast on sleep hygiene, they call it, and everything like that, because there's quite a lot to delve into really there. But if I don't get to bed early enough the night before, my morning routine does not go as well. It feels like a bit more of a slog than like something really enjoyable to do. So make sure you don't take your phone into your bedroom. Put your alarm on something else and get a good night's sleep. As I said, I'll do another podcast on sleep. I don't want to delve too much into that today, but that really helps you wake up fresh as well. So if you enjoyed this episode and you are going to start your own morning routine, please, because I would love this so much, tag me in on your Instagram stories or Instagram post or Facebook post or whatever. Instagram @blissandthrive_, Facebook @blissandthrive, or if you're friends with me or want to become friends with me, Caris Amston Jones. Tag me in on what your morning routine's going to be, because I would love to see what people come up with and what suits different people. I'm pretty sure some of you would like something a bit more elaborate than what I do, but that's kind of what I've decided works for me. So tag me in and let me know how it goes, and let's just have an awesome 2019 where we wake up and win every single day. If you're searching for health and fitness this year and striving to get fitter and to get healthier, a good morning routine with a morning walk in there, or a workout in there, or a self-development practice, or just making a smoothie, or whatever it is going to set you up for success every single day of the year, because once it becomes a habit, it's ingrained. And imagine you've got 365 chances to make yourself a better human being and live a better life. It's amazing what you can achieve in a year. So don't waste any time. Do not waste one day just strive to be the best every single day. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching me on YouTube, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's lots coming on this channel this year. I'm moving apartment, so I feel like I'm going to have a lot more space to film. And so make sure you subscribe, and love you lots. And tune in next week, and see you later. How did I do, YouTube? Don't know why I'm still talking into this because my mic's on there. But yeah, this is like weird, talking to the camera whilst podcasting. I feel like it's a little friend I have here, so hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try and put as many podcast episodes up here as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, as I am going to be uploading a ton of more stuff for you guys, and this channel is going to get rocking and rolling. And click that little notification bell thing, so when I do upload a new video, you will actually be notified about it. Otherwise it might just get lost in the, you know, channels with the 1 million followers, and yeah, and I don't want that to happen. I want to stay connected with you guys. So let's start this year off amazing. Have a great 2019, and I'll be seeing you guys later.